Hello everyone and welcome to another Explorer video. So recently there has been a high influx of Rakdos Sacrifice in Explorer Q, and I hate playing against Rakdos Sacrifice unless I'm the one playing it. I'm sure some of you can relate to that. So we're going to be trying to counter that deck with this card here, Yusharn the Elemental Boar. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at the deck to see what the deck is about. So back in Historic, before like all the crazy cards came into Historic, Strixhaven's Mystical Archive, and bunch of Jumpstart cards. So before all that nonsense, Rakdos Sacrifice in Historic was still a thing. And it was actually very annoying. The constant cat looping, Mayhem Devil, Claim the Firstborn. It was just a headache. And there was actually one deck that was performing pretty well against the sacrifice decks, and that was Selesnya Collected Company. So I'm bringing it back to explore to see how it does against the meta. So particularly against the sacrifice deck, what this deck has going for are Skyclave Apparition, which can exile their oven, and we also have 2 copies of Yusharn and 2 more copies of Yusharn in the sideboard as well. And Yusharn, in particular, is a hard counter against a sacrifice deck. Card itself says player can't pay life or sacrifice non-land permanents to cast spells or activate abilities. So they can't activate their oven, they can't use Priest of the Forgotten Gods to sacrifice cards. So it is a big deal, especially because ways of removing cards on the battlefield are from Claim the Firstborn to steal cards and then sacrificing it to the oven, and Mayhem Devil pings using Cat Oven loops to ping away your creature. So once Yusharn comes down, it is almost game over. We also have a copy of Redain in the sideboard that can prevent 1 damage for Mayhem Devil pings. So our deck is extremely good against Rakdos Sacrifice. And with the latest anthology, we also got 4 more copies of 1-mana Mana Dork so that we can just jump from 1 to turn 3 immediately, which is really good because now we have Lovestruck Beast on turn 2, Kazandu Mammoth on turn 2, which can support Great Henge on turn 3. And that's also another reason why we don't play that many 2-mana cards in the first place. However, until Brothers War, we actually don't have Selesnya Painland, which is a problem in itself because Kazandu Mammoth comes in tapped, Lair of Hydra also comes in tapped starting from turn 3, and Overgrown Farmland doesn't come in untapped until you have 2 lands down in the first place. So getting the elves down on turn 1 could be a little bit tricky because we don't have the Painlands. So that's something you do have to wait until the Brothers War for this deck to become a little bit better. But the gist of the deck is just play out your creatures, get the Luminarch Aspirant rolling, and then play Collected Company on opponent's turn, and then top it off with Great Henge that can let you draw a card every single time a creature comes onto the battlefield. As for the sideboard, we have 2 copies of Shaper Sanctuary against Rakdos Midrange, Sacrifice decks, 2 copies of Extraction Specialist against Rakdos Midrange, and Sacrifice decks. Once they get rid of our creatures such as Luminarch Aspirant or Scavenging Ooze, you can bring it back onto the battlefield again. And then we play 1 copy of Redain. This is going to be against control decks and for sacrifice deck as well, just because artifact side of this card, it allows you to prevent 1 damage to you or permanent that you control. So if Mayhem Devil tries to ping away your creatures, they can't actually do that. Like I said before, we're playing 2 copies of Yusharn in the sideboard to bring it in against the sacrifice decks, 2 more copies of Scavenging Ooze against graveyard decks, and 2 copies of Brutal Cathar against a creature deck, and 2 copies of Garrick Harbinger against a Rakdos Midrange. And lastly, we got 2 copies of Knight of Autumn for enchantments and artifact hate. I would say against the sacrifice deck, we are pretty favored. Against a Rakdos Midrange, it can be a little bit tricky. A lot of times opponent could have all the answers and it would feel kind of miserable. But we do have a lot of options such as Shaper Sanctuary, Extraction Specialist to get some value back, try to stay in the game. Against other creature decks, we should be favored because we play 4 copies of Skyclave Apparitions and 2 copies of Brutal Cathar. But that's all I got to say about the deck. I'll be jumping into S3 ranked Explorer Q to see how the deck does. And if you guys enjoyed the video so far, leave a like, comment below, subscribe, and let's hop on over. Okay. I'm playing against a Kruga deck. Fires? Actually, do we have... So Redain could be really good in this matchup. Yeah, they are... Three top. Opponent is all on fires. This is interesting because I can technically collect the company if opponent... If opponent plays a Deafening Clarion and then I tap first and then after Thalia dies I could collect the company, but... I don't think I should like play around that. Really? Bonecrusher Giant Scavenging Ooze instead of Thalia. That is wild. They top 3? They scry top 3, but not a land. So this works out. 5, 7, 9, 10. I mean, I don't have to... I'm just gonna play safe and play another Collector Company. There's no reason for me to actually push for more damage. Okay, so this deck... So Elite Spellbinder seems like a really good card. Redain seems like a really good card. Not sure about Shaper Sanctuary because they only have... Bonecrusher Giant. I guess they could bring like 2-mana removal spells. Scavenging Ooze, probably not so much. Yasharn, not so much. Knight of Autumn seems like an okay card to bring, considering their fire stack. What about Extraction Specialist? I think this is okay. I mean, I guess I could bring another one more Extraction Specialist. I think that's okay. Okay, that's Mulligan. Yikes. Yikes. I mean, I don't like it, but... I'm not gonna mulligan down to 5. This is why I didn't want to bring Extraction Specialist, right? Because I cut things like woos and stuff, and then what happens is like I don't have that many 1-mana or 2-mana cards. Ooh, that's actually such a good draw. Let's see what they got. Yeah, at least Spellbinder was really good draw. Babel. Definitely not a collected company. 100% not. I was actually thinking about I had a upkeep there because I thought about actually collected company on their upkeep after they draw to see if they got fires and then we get at least hit a Ellie Spellbinder to tax them. Okay, that's pretty sick. Boop. Boop. And a hinge. I think I'm actually gonna do it like this. And pass. So that we can hinge next turn. Opponent's top decking, so... I'm kinda down to do that. I'm gonna block like this in case this is like a Deafening Clarion. There it is. Okay, so now we got Great Hinge down. There's no 2-mana cards, unfortunately. Am I okay to do this? I think we pass. Because later on in the stage, they could have another Deafening Clarion. And I can get back a 1/1. So I'm just gonna pass here. Kenrith, Kenrith. That's kinda scary. What could we get? Redain? Not really. Five, 6, 7, 8. So we'll just collect the company twice. Karuga. Redain, Luminarch, Aspirant. Elite Spellbinder. Kazando Mammoth. I actually forgot, like, we can't actually attack with Lava Struck Beast because, this is funny because... Deafening Clarion, okay, that's kind of annoying. Okay, so because I actually have extraction specialist to get back... Wait, hold up. If you play this, whenever you or another permanent you control becomes target of a spell or ability an opponent controls... If an opponent control would deal... If a source an opponent control would deal damage to you or permanent you control, deal one less prevent one less of that damage. So if we play... Okay. Wait, hold up, but this is 2 mana right now. Right? That's 2 less. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Oop. Oop. So I'm doing this because they would need another untapped source. So they would need to draw land, and then have to be an untapped land, and then cast Deafling Clarion, right? Oh no, they actually got an untapped land. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Exactly enough mana to cast everything. So things are gonna die on my side, and then we just, the Extraction Specialist, get back Luminarch Aspirant. So this is sick, because Extraction Specialist gets 2 draws off of a henge. Pretty nice. Oh nice, we actually got another Spellbinder, so I was actually thinking about casting the Redain as a flyer, but now I don't need to. So I'll just cast this as an artifact. Then play this as a flyer. Because now I don't need to worry about Deafening Clarion. So now even if they top deck a Deafening Clarion, it only deals 2 damage to everything. And same goes for Bonecrusher Giant. Bonecrusher Giant only does 1 damage. Four mana, draw a card. There you go. This deck has a lot of attacks. Like Dahlia, at least Spellbinder. It's really cool. Alright. Ooh, finally, a good hand. I'm gonna shock this in. Mountain. Strangle. Okay. What does it mean by turn 1 strangle? Layer of Hydra, Gruul with strangle? That play Llanowar Elf on turn 2? Llanowar Elf on turn 2. I'm gonna actually Spellbinder this. See what they got. Lovestruck Beast. Okay. I'm gonna have to buff this to 4 damage, 4 toughness because of Strangle. They still can't cast this. Well, the 5/5 side. Okay. And then I think I'm just gonna pass with the Scavenging Ooze. And we'll eat one. It's giving them priority. Okay, this may look weird, but we're gonna be putting one there. And then attack with this. We put the counter here because now we can play the Great Hinge for 4 mana. I guess it didn't really matter much. Yeah, it didn't really matter much. This Crawling Baron is interesting. Like, why are they playing Crawling Baron? Crawling Baron, Layer of Hydra. That'll make your mana base so bad. Like, imagine starting with, like, Crawling Barons with Layer of Hydra. That is actually so bad. Okay. So, Gruul aggro is what I'm getting. 2 copies of Brutal Cathar. Good. Interestingly enough is, do I want more Scavenging Ooze? Yasharn can definitely go. Ooze is really good. Yeah, okay. Instead of Thalia, I think I'm gonna take Ooze. Ooze is really good against creature matchups. I think this is good enough. Oh man. Do I keep this? Okay, we're on the draw. We got double elves. Luminar Gasprint can snowball. We got removal spells. Come on. We just need a land. Perfect. Never punished. Okay. This is like what I'm talking about. The mana base is so bad, like... I don't like it. I could Spellbinder. I think Spellbinder is the correct play. Okay. Let's get rid of the Kron's War. That's the most scariest card in opponent's hand. Yep. Hey. I mean, I said it right. In first game, they're gonna stumble upon their own land. And it actually happened. Wow. Nobody's playing Explorer? What is going on? Also, wow, my hand. Much better. Rakdos. Okay. I almost made a mistake. Made a mistake, actually. I needed to play Temple Garden in case I draw Skyclave Apparition. Okay. No blocks. Oh, come on. Really? Okay, let's see what they got. Oh, that's both really, really annoying. I guess Sheoldred is like less annoying. I think we actually take the Fable. Because they're kind of flooding out. We'll take that, and then hopefully we get Skyclave Apparition from a Collector Company. That's what I'm kind of hoping. As for this... No block. So we'll do it now, since we could get Skyclave Apparition, and we did. Perfect. Skyclave Apparition. Now I'm actually gonna grab Dahlia, I think. Right? Because if we grab Dahlia, they're not gonna be able to play Fable, which is really nice. And we attack. And we have so many lands for Kazando Mammoth. Trespasser. Sure. Thinking I have something. That wouldn't be me. Block. They take 5. Okay, they just surrendered. So this is a pretty rough matchup, I would say. Double spell, Shaper Sanctuary. We want Ooze out? Maybe not. Do we want Ooze? Probably not. Harbinger in. Yusharn out. Extraction Specialist in. Lovestruck Beast out. Although this is such a great blocker against, like, Trespasser. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, we're going second. Maybe Love Struck Beast is gonna be pretty important. Also, like, we're playing Great Henge, so... I think we take out one Skyclave Apparition. No, we can't. I'll take out 2 Elf. This looks... okay. It's not great. It's not great. Because now we either give up Llanowar Elf on turn 1. Okay, no Fatal Push. That's a start. So like I was saying, it's not great because we got tap lands. Okay, Bonecrusher Giant on their turn is good because I actually didn't have a play because all I have are tap lands. I think I'm gonna lead with Elite Spellbinder here. Or Garrick, actually. No, I'm gonna Elite Spellbinder to deny Chandra. Wow, they play Kroxa. Interesting. I think I've seen more Rakdos mid-range players that doesn't play Kroxa. How much do we hate the Trespasser? Let's get rid of it. Let's get rid of it. Perfect. So now we have a way to kill the Kroxa. I'll take 4. Why would they even attack, though? I feel like the attack was bad because, like, what if I collect a company? Like, what if I decide to block and get, like, the 5/5, right? I feel like that was just... yeah, I don't agree with that. Skyclave Apparition. Take the Shaldred. And I'm gonna start buffing the Luminarch Aspirant out of range of Bonecrusher Giant Stomp. Wow. Sure. I'm gonna keep this to throw away with their Kroxa there. Interesting. This is actually a tough matchup. I don't think, I don't really agree with the bringing Kroxa. I think they should have just brought more removal spells.